Hello, human collective. Welcome to the Upside to Grief. My name is Story, and I am your host.
And my name is Erika, and I am your co-host. And we are excited to present one of our new segments. Story's going to tell us about it.
Yes. We are doing the what ifs.
The what ifs.
The what ifs. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Ominous.
There's positive what ifs.
Yeah.
There's an upside.
There's an upside to grief. It's our new intro.
Okay. The what ifs. What are they?
Yeah.
They are all the swirling questions grief leaves behind, the regrets, the missed opportunities, and the things we never said. This is where we let those thoughts out, not to fix them, but to make space for the complexity of grief. That wasn't so bad.
Yeah. So, the what ifs, I feel like my brain always goes to all the things just described, but I also feel like there's the upside, like some of the what ifs can be positive, just like you said. So,
I think it just depends on the state of mind I'm in that day. If I'm like, I feel like if somebody else is really going into the rough spiral of what ifs, then I try to like counteract and be like, what if you let go of some of those thoughts, which makes me want to vomit. But
I'm going to answer your what if with a what if. I'm going to counter your what if. Uno reverse.
what if-ception. Is that right?
What if-ception.
What if-ception.
So when you think of what ifs, what is like the big one that stands out to you right where you are at in your state right now? Because I'm sure there's like a couple that you could think of.
Present me?
Yes. Right now, what is the what if that comes to mind? Like if I asked you, what's a what if right now?
What if Ken's watching this?
Is there...
I don't know. That's just what I thought of.
Is there what if... I'm just imagining myself. Are there... What kind of what ifs are around that too? Because then there's... I feel like when you ask or when you think about those what ifs, it kind of makes you go down a little bit of a rabbit hole of all the other questions. Like it makes you ask more questions.
I'm going to say, what if Ken's watching this right now? Then I would think, would he be proud? And then in my head, I would be like, of course he would be proud, you idiot. And then I would cry. And I don't know, it could just really spiral. I feel emotional right now. Damn it. I don't know why I'm saying damn it, but... Heart. You asked me that real question. I wasn't prepared for that. Oh.
Spring it on you. Get the real reaction.
Fuck. What ifs are so, I'm not redirecting, but maybe I am. What ifs are so vast. Not vast, that's the wrong word. There's so many of them. They go in so many different directions. They can take you down so many fucking roads.
Yeah.
And I don't think that road is a bad road. I don't think it's a bad road. Is it sad? Yeah, it's fucking sad. My husband's fucking dead. It fucking sucks. This podcast wouldn't exist if my husband wasn't dead. That makes me want to vomit. But I think the thing that's so difficult with what ifs is that there's no closure to them. Not that there's closure to a lot of things in grief, but those are like, they're the ones, I feel like the what ifs can really fucking spiral you if you don't pull yourself out of it.
I feel like with where I'm at right now, what ifs are an opportunity. While you were talking, it made me think of like what ifs can be an opportunity. You can definitely do damage with whys. Like why, why, fill in the blank. But with what ifs, it kind of gives you a chance to answer your own what ifs. Like you just said, with what if Ken's watching right now? Will he be proud of me? Duh. And you can kind of answer it a little bit and almost comfort yourself if you're in that headspace.
Yeah.
So I feel like they are way more of an opportunity than like why, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that they're important to talk about.
Yeah.
Because if we talk about what ifs, then we get to get some autonomy back.
Yes.
And figure out, like, what do we actually believe about this? And I think that's really powerful. Like, you're getting some of your power back. Because grief feels like, or grief has felt like, for me at least, like something was taken away. And, well, literally and figuratively, like my dad was taken away from me. But I also feel like the what ifs were all those missed opportunities were taken from me. So how do I get control back over that when this is my reality? So I think that they are really good to talk about. And we just did our chapter 3 where I was telling you at the very end that Jim brought up this little moment. That was almost like a what if.
It's like an offshoot of a what if.
Yeah, an offshoot. Because I didn't ask, and he didn't ask, like, what if, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I think that me and your dad would be doing this. And it's almost like he answered an unspoken what if. Like, what if my dad was alive and you had this opportunity together? Like, what would you guys do? None of that was said. He kind of, like, filled in the blanks. So that was kind of cool.
Spoke it into existence. That's a really cool way to think about that. Because, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah. And we also get to remember that way, if it's like specifically about a person. Then I got to hear him imagining like what my dad would be like and what they would do together. And that just like made my dad feel more alive in my heart. And I think like whatever we think is possible. So I'm sure in a different timeline, that's exactly what they're doing together.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, what is your what if right now?
On the spot too.
On the spot. What's your what if?
My what if, well, honestly, the one that just popped into my head was something I had to do today. I'm trying to like change my name on my driver's license and get a real ID and everything. And I posted about this recently on Threads, the little Instagram offshoot. But it took me down this spiral of unpleasant thoughts at first, of just my dad co-signed on my car. I am almost done paying my car off, and I am doing it as slowly as possible because once I pay it off, I will probably have to go through the process of having his name removed from the pink slip. And I was thinking about that today, like, what if I didn't have to do that? And then we could just, he would do it for me because he did the same thing with my brother, and he wanted my brother to be able to own his car. It was one of those things that he did, that he planned before he died, where he was trying to, like, clean up. I don't know what other word to use right now. He was trying to make it easier on everybody who would be left. It was one of the things that he did before he passed. But he went to the DMV and got his name removed from my brother's pink slip for his car, so that the title, so that my brother wouldn't have to worry about it. And I don't really think that we thought about it beforehand. So I was thinking today, like, what if I didn't have to do this? And then I thought, well, my dad would do it for me. He would say, hurry up and you know, pay it off. Well, honestly, he actually told me to keep it for as long as possible because I have like a super low interest rate. So he's like, just pay it off, as you don't have to like throw money at it because it'll, you know, be a longer line of a loan or whatever. And yeah, I just feel like if he were here, then he would be doing it with me. And he would be so proud of me for paying something off. And he would, yeah, it would just be one of those dad moments where he was pure dad energy. So like he would just be so proud of me. And yeah. But he's not here.
He's not. He's not here.
But that was definitely a what if for today.
Yeah.
There's been like a lot of what ifs.
Just in general or lately?
Both.
I
feel like
all the time.
I feel like there's constantly what ifs because for me specifically with my dad not being here, I have to always, well, I don't have to, but like it always pops in my head, like, what if my dad were here for this? Mm-hmm. What if my dad were here for this really cool life moment? What if I could have picked up the phone and told my dad this instead? What if? And those are the what ifs that I feel like I think about a lot presently. Like, what if my dad was here? Mm-hmm. There are what ifs, like, before they go, too. Like, what if I would have done this differently? There's those what ifs, too.
Mm-hmm. I have a circle back what if.
What's your circle back what if?
My circle back what if circle backs to chapter 1. I was disassociated. But by the way, when we were recording that, I don't know where I was. I was there. I don't know how I said all of those words, honestly. It was a fog. And I mean, that just also speaks to like how open we are about our grief and how prepared you can be or try to be for something, and then still like your body's just it's gonna do what it's gonna do. It's gonna happen how it's gonna happen. So my favorite thing my body likes to do is disassociate, or my brain or whatever. And so during chapter 1, when I was there, not there, I had said something, and there was a reason I said it, and then I never followed back to why I said it. So when I like was rewatching the chapter, I was like, that sounds strange that I just shared that part of the story with no follow-up. No follow-up.
What was it?
It was just in there, and then I was like, well, I guess it's just in there. It was the part, and I said it too. I was like, oh, circle back to this in a second, and then I never circled back because it tied into something else that had to do with grief, obviously. But it was that the last time that I saw my husband, that we slept together, and I shared that, and I shared it for a reason, and then I never said why. So then I was like, okay, cool. I just told everybody, like, hey, yeah, the last time I saw my husband, we hooked up. And I think I told you guys where we hooked up, too. So, like, oh, so cool. So I'm going to circle back.
Okay.
Because it's what if. Is what it ties into, unfortunately, which then also tied into another form of grief that I put myself through. Not through, but really for that, yeah, I guess. In. Put myself in, yes. While I was already, like, fucked. So when we hooked up, I had, like, it was the tail end of my period. And so in my head, right, so like that happened, and then I found out like 2 weeks later, and then it was this, what if I'm pregnant? And I wanted it. I wanted that to be my truth so bad, because then I would have a piece of him with me. And I don't know how much you and I have talked about this topic, or how much I've shared with you about this. but it really, like, I had a really difficult time after that. Like, in my early grief, I felt envy for people who had boyfriends or husbands who had passed, who had children. Um, I felt like anger and all of these other things. And I would literally avoid these people. Like, I would not make connections with them because they had something that I will never fucking have. And what they have is not, it's not anything to be envious of or jealous of. And I don't know if there's a better term than that, but that's how I felt at the time. Because when I found out that he had died, there was like this teeny tiny chance that like maybe there was a piece of him inside of me, and then there wasn't. That also was like, my world was already ending, and then it was like, let me just throw some more shit on there.
Yeah, fuck.
You know, but it was like,
let me add some more heartbreak.
Maybe this teeny tiny piece of hope inside of me that was like, maybe, what if? And maybe that pulled me through for a couple days. Fuck, it was that. I don't even know, but yeah, it was fucked. And then yeah, I couldn't. It took me a long time. I do have friends now that do have children with people who have passed, and I will say that I haven't talked about this with those people to this day. Not because I don't want to, it just hasn't happened yet, and I don't feel any type of like envy or jealousy towards it anymore, or anger towards it like I did before. But I know that opening that door will be emotional. But I do think that if I opened that door, something beautiful could come out of it. I do truly believe that. And when the time is right for that to happen, it'll happen. And I trust and believe that. But it is something that is just like lingering around in my grief. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was something that you always wanted to.
Mm-hmm. We talked about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah, that's a hard what if.
It is hard what if.
I feel like it's hard on the podcast because like moments like this deserve like moments of silence, you know, to just like and take a good breath. That's a hard what if.
Well, and right, like, yes, moments of silence for this, right? And I think kind of what we were talking about in the previous chapter, I mentioned very slightly about Ken telling me to sit the fuck down. And that's how I look at it now, because I don't do, like, I barely sit. Do I sit in silence? Like, almost never. I do my best to get to the ocean, but I'm so busy all the time, such is life. And don't get me wrong, like, all the stuff that's on my plate is good. I'm not complaining about it. I genuinely find like it's fulfilling. The things that I have in my life are fulfilling, and there's a purpose, and I'm giving back, and I'm helping people, and hopefully helping myself in that as well. But I don't burnout, and self-care is the hardest thing for me, and sitting still. And so I always joke now when I have those moments where I'm like, I'll be at work, and then all of a sudden I'm like not okay. And I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta leave. And I will leave and I will go to the ocean. And now it's not as like hard when those happen. It's not where I'm like, oh God, like you're still grieving, or like, Buck, like, can you just do your job? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, can we wait until after work to do this? But sometimes we can't, because I just work and other things and stuff. And so now it's turned into like this, I guess, little joke that I have with me and Ken, where I'm like, okay, I see you. And he's like, sit the fuck down. Like, and so I'm always like, nothing can stop me except for Ken. So it's him.
I love that, though.
He gets me every time. Fucker. Yeah.
Still showing up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, my heart feels heavy. Yeah, the what ifs are hard. What ifs are hard. So, okay. So we've kind of shared a little bit, like, what are what ifs? What are ours specifically? What can we offer when we have those fucking spirals?
What is the upside to the
What is the upside? I don't even know if it's the upside, but
yeah, I don't know if there's an upside.
Maybe.
I don't think there's upsides to what ifs. I just think there's, because they're all so different, and so like you can't be like, oh, that what if, here's the upside. I don't. It does not work like that. But almost kind of like what I just shared, right? Almost how what you shared about what happened with Jim, how it was an offshoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like a more lighter, positive spin
on a what if,
right? So almost essentially the same thing for me of what I just shared, where I'm like, now, like those moments of silence, like I don't take them. And so my husband's like, you're going to take them.
You're going to take it.
You know what I mean? And I can
oh my God,
can kind of laugh about it.
I just had this vision. Sorry. I just like slapped her arm.
She hit me.
Because I think, okay, so I had this visual. I have, visuals a lot when people talk to me. I just had this visual of, sorry, trying to articulate it.
Okay.
Like, if Ken were here and you were running nonstop on work, activities that you do, all the life, where is the time for him anyways? He'd be like, bitch, sit the fuck down. Like, aren't we going to have our time together?
True.
Our specific, like, sit down.
So true.
Or a little variation of that too would be like, him being like, hey, I noticed that you're just like, you're hamstering on a wheel. Like, maybe it'd be a good idea to like do some self-care right now. And him just being like that gentle nudge to be like, I would suggest that you take a fucking break.
Yeah, literally.
Sometimes it's more abrupt. Sometimes it's maybe a little bit more soft, and you're like, okay, like I feel it's needed. And it's not always like catastrophic when it happens.
It's not always catastrophic when it happens. And this happened like a week ago. Because there's been times where I've had to leave what I'm doing when it's not necessarily ideal, And about a week ago, I was at work. I was completely caught up with everything that I had to do. I literally had nothing that I could be doing at that time. And I'm tired. I'm working 2 jobs. We have the podcast. I'm in school. Like, there's a lot. I know.
Yes.
I'm operating at a not sustainable level currently, but it's all temporary.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. And so I could sit there, or I can just go talk to my supervisor and be like, hey, I'm good with everything, and I feel like I should take this space before I'm forced.
Before I lose it.
Before I'm forced to take the space. And he's like, and I love my job. Like, they're so supportive of, like, your mental health and your well-being and taking care of you. Like, they're amazing. And so, you know, he's like, yeah, do what you need to do. And I was like, okay. And I came home and I packed my beach bag and I went to the beach and I sat there for 2 hours. But it wasn't like how I normally get to the beach, because normally I get to the beach because I'm
at a tipping point?
At a tipping point. I was not at a tipping point, but I could feel myself creeping up on it. And I was
see the
like,
progression? Cool.
I know, right? So I think I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happened. That's good.
Yeah, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we got here, but
I think I was just imagining, like, Ken doing this for you.
I don't know if men do things for you. Do they? Maybe some of them.
Well, Sherry's said this before, because I will ask her about her dad, and she will say, like, well, my physical dad would say this. Where he is now would say this. So with where Ken's now, he has an advantage.
That's one way to look at it.
Well, I mean, in viewing you.
No, I know. I'm sorry. Word vomit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good, but yeah, so that's like, that's the what ifs.
Yeah.
And we could go on forever
in
a million different directions, but don't worry, the podcast isn't going anywhere anytime soon, so
yeah,
we'll circle back.
And I'm sure somebody else will choose what if as a segment, and it'll be something totally different.
Totally different.
That's the cool thing about the segments. They're just, I love how we describe them as little side quests.
They are, though.
Yeah.
Side quests are the best.
Little pieces of a whole. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
What ifs?
What ifs? Well, thank you guys for listening. Next week, we will be talking with Roseanne.
Yes.
Chapter 4. And she is going to be sharing about how her faith really carried her through her grief journey. So
I'm looking forward to listening to her chapter. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. And if you have what ifs, comment them. Like this video, follow on Spotify.
Follow
all
us.
Of the things.
Subscribe on YouTube. Can you follow people on Audible?
Yes.
Follow us on Audible.
Follow us on Audible. All right.
Okay. We love you so much. Thank you so much.
We love you guys so much. See you on the next one.
See you in the next one.